Hi, ladies of the temple. Welcome to tonight's Temple Talk. Excited to be here with you as always. So grab your journal and a pen and a candle to light if you would like. I always light a candle to ignite our circle teachings each week, making sure that I'm live in the temple. I'm streaming through Zoom now to stabilize our video quality. So welcome. Excited to be here with you. So, such an important topic. Moving from the energy of victim into empowered in all areas of our lives. And I never was a big fan of the word victim because there's so much baggage around it, but I really felt important to speak directly into that, because even those of us that have been doing spiritual work for years and on a conscious path of awakening, we still fall into these victim patterns. I still catch myself doing it now, and it's an ongoing journey. So it's a really important topic to be talking about. And I want to jump off this evening by making sure you know that early bird doors are open for our 2-month Priestess activation course. It's running May and June this year. So excited about this course. Had a meeting with Team Priestess today. We've been getting all the moving parts together for it since the spring equinox activation we had a couple weeks ago. And I just want to chime in and share just a quick moment of who this is for. So you can have a chance to check that out and take advantage of the early bird prices we have running through Easter weekend and the opportunity to join a bonus launch call in April with the incredible group of women come together. So this course is an incredible opportunity to come together in sacred sisterhood with a group of women that are all on a spiritual path of awakening. We all have natural gifts, skills, and abilities that we were born into the world with. And intuition, strong intuition, empathic abilities, sensitive, psychic, oracle abilities, ability to heal with our hands, with crystals, with herbs, being able to support people in a really deep way. And it's for you if you sense that you know you're here for something important, that there's a spiritual message you're meant to birth into the world. Oftentimes through your business. This path calls to a lot of entrepreneurial women that know that your spiritual gifts are meant to be integrated into your business, that there's no longer this compartmentalization of different aspects of ourselves, that we're meant to be a cohesive whole to bring all of our skills to the table, full integration. So if you sense there's something missing in your life that you're meant to birth and you haven't quite touched on it yet, if you are that sensitive, empathic woman that's ready to feel supported in a group of like-minded women to heal that feminine wound that we all have in this lifetime, if you haven't felt safe coming out of the spiritual closet, if you've been holding back from bringing your 100% authentic woo to the table, completely being yourself in all aspects of your life, if you've been working for others and you haven't launched your thing yet, but if you have launched your thing, you know you haven't quite nailed it yet because you're not in that place of fully thriving, coming in the financial abundance that's there for you when you bring your full gifts to the table. And you know you're on the planet this time for something important and you're ready to figure out what it is. And so through this 2-month journey, you'll increase confidence to express your gifts in the world more fully. You'll amplify and integrate your spirituality into every aspect of your life. You'll get grounded and clear and know that you're not alone. Receive deep awareness around your spiritual purpose and destiny, that karma and dharma calling you forth in the world. Look at what's holding you back and bust through to the other side of what you're desiring to create. And so I will put the link here in the comments below. It's going to be an incredible group of women that are already showing up for this. So now is the time. And a big part of this conversation of stepping out in the world with our spiritual gifts to the next level is also that not only are you here for something important and your voice and your life matters, but there are ways that you've been holding yourself back because of deep wounding from the past that's oftentimes multiple lifetimes back. It's multi-generational. And then until we reveal, as we say, reveal to heal those wounds, they keep playing themselves out in the ways that we hold ourselves back. And the victim mentality, the victim way of seeing the world is a big part of that. So what do I mean by victim mentality or victim way of seeing the world? If you are blaming circumstances or people outside of you for your life, that is a victim mentality. What does that mean? If we are not in a place of full empowerment to create the life we came here to create from the place we know we were capable of creating from, with abundance and prosperity in every area, healed sexuality, healed relationships, living from our hearts, living from our passion. And again, doing the work we came here to do as spiritually gifted women. We're coming from some place of victim in our lives. We're projecting out to blame the circumstances or people in our lives for what's happening. And so on this path of awakening, we recognize that we're born into a victim culture that cultivates that mentality everywhere we look. And so number one is to have compassion with yourself when you're opening up to this reality, because we all face it. We all have it to some degree. And like I said, even those of us that have been on a path of awakening and self-awareness for literally decades, we still face this because we're born into a society that's already unhealthy in this way. And then we add on being born into families oftentimes that have had the same programming and patterning. And many of us have had physical, emotional, spiritual abuse. We've come in with people that didn't fully understand and hold us in a safe space to be our authentic spiritual selves. And so we receive that wounding imprint. And then we don't learn how to have healthy, compassionate relationships and learn how to healthfully handle conflict resolution in our lives. So we gain wounds from that. And it becomes layers and layers and layers to where we reach a point in our lives where it's like, oh my God, am I living my authentic truth at all? Am I following my heart at all? Have I created consciously any aspect of my life from a place of knowing who I am? And for many women, it's a huge wake-up call. And this is where this conversation must come into play, because we can't make the shift and change until we're willing to see the pattern. We can't make the shift and change and heal and grow until we're willing to look at all of the times we have denied ourselves, that we've looked the other way. We've denied the intuitive sense we have about who we are and what we're here to create in the world. And we instead go for what others' needs are, our family, our children, our communities, our bosses, our coworkers, whoever it is. We go for their needs first, because as an empathic heart-based woman, you have a natural heart of service, so you want to serve. But oftentimes, unfortunately, that trumps you taking care of yourself first. And what that has led to in our culture is a tremendous amount of adrenal fatigue and burnout and migraine headaches and exhaustion and cancer and disease. And so denial of self and your needs first leads to that. So we want to get on the front side of that. You'll hear me say that a lot in these talks. We want to get on the front side. And what that means is take the opportunity to go within to receive support, like this 2-month activation course is coming up and the 9-month journey that's starting in the fall that this leads into. Something like this. It's a container where you are held in the conversation. Because when we're left on our own devices, if we're not in a context of healing and growth and renewal and reflection with amazing sisters on the path and mentors and coaches to support us, then left to our own devices, typically we will slip into the wounding. The wounding will be the fear and resistance and constriction will be how we lead our lives, instead of busting through that to the other side to recognize that we are vibrant and expansive and capable of creating magic and miracles in our lives, welcoming in wealth of abundance of people, resources, and circumstances that are already aligned to support your vision and dream birthing in the world, to support your spiritual gifts birthing in the world. They're already there. But until we heal the inner dialogue and conversation that comes from the victim mentality we've been born into, remember, compassion of self, we're born into this. And so until we face that aspect, we are in a disempowered place, because we are giving over our power to others and circumstances instead of the place of conscious, empowered choice. And this path is about taking our full power back in the decisions we make in our lives. And it's a fast track to do so in a way that just counseling, psychology, therapy, and that type of personal growth takes quite a bit longer, whereas the power and magic that is activated and unlocked on the Priestess path specifically allows us to reach hyperspeed when it comes to healing this stuff. Because as spiritual leaders and women that are called to bring your gifts forward into the world with all of your spiritual gifts intact, whole and complete, grounded and clear, We must do it in sacred sisterhood. We must do it to be seen and witnessed in our authenticity, to heal all that inner dialogue and conversation we were born into in our society and within our family structure of wounding that we all took on. And until we're willing to do that, again, we're creating from default. We're creating from the wound and the shadow. And this is a big wake-up call for many of us when we find the path, because there again, we don't even realize all the ways we give our power away to circumstances and people outside of us to make decisions for us in our lives. And I'm in another layer of conversation around this right now as I look at visioning forward. And for many of us, we're coming out of the COVID portal. You know, we're gradually and slowly coming out. And so life is going to shift back to a little bit more seeming a sense of normalcy. And it'll still be different, but we're coming to a place where people are starting to travel again. Schools are starting to have a conversation. What does the next year's cycle look like? Summer vacations are coming online. And many of us are just wanting to get back to that sense of normalcy. But we're not going to be the same. We've all changed. Globally, we've changed, and rightfully so. It was a big wake-up call to what's not working any longer. And so this time right now is an incredible opportunity before summer hits full on. We've just reached the spring equinox portal. We just crested the portal. This is a time to get clear about what you really want to create in your life, where you're headed now, what's in the way and holding you back from creating what you came here to create in this life, and getting serious about taking action on it. I call it divine right actions in alignment with your vision and dream, what you're being called forth into, whether it's to create the business, integrating your spiritual gifts to the next level, write the inspired book, create the mentoring program, do the inspired project you know you came here to create based on your unique gifts and skills that you came into the world with, your unique blueprint, your unique experiences. You have been molded like the clay on the potter's wheel into the perfect piece, the perfect vessel to bring your gifts forward into the world. You are the vessel. You are the oracle. You are the healed one that is being called to bring your gifts out. And so opening up to this conversation and asking yourself, and you can journal this, as I always try to give journal prompts on these temple teachings for you to take the work deeper. Where are areas, and this is you writing from your perspective, where are areas in my life that I'm still giving, where I'm giving my power away? Where are areas in my life where I'm giving my power away? And you may want to categorize where in my career and my finances, where in my personal health and wellness, where in my family dynamic and relationships, where in my personal love relationship. That helps me sometimes to break down what areas that have the most energy and focus and where I'm still disempowered in the conversation. That will start to open up and unlock that inner dialogue that's related to our shadow, that's related to the past. And we allow forgiveness around that. Again, forgiveness work is a big part of this path. We expose the shadow conversation. We love it. We give compassion to it because we all have it. And then we allow ourselves to heal from it and allow forgiveness. So I would love to hear in the comments here in the temple what you received from tonight's talk, what awarenesses came through, what are you recognizing for yourself, areas of your life you'd like to empower to the next level. And I'll drop the link here for the 2-month Priestess Activation course that we have early bird pricing happening right now this week, with an opportunity to join our bonus call in April with the amazing group forming. And you'll be able to see some amazing testimonials there and call out for you if this is right for you, and much of what I just shared here in the beginning of the Temple Talk. So much love and blessings. I look forward to hearing what you share from tonight's talk. And welcome new ladies to the temple. Wonderful to have you all with us. Much love and blessings. Have a wonderful evening. Ta-ta for now.